From all corners of the world, from India, Kenya, Togo, Nigeria, Botswana and Guinea. This week-long showcase is set to provoke, inform and inspire interesting debates and panel discussions. Joining us from our studios in Durban is director of the Time of the Writer International Festival, Tiny Mungwe. Tiny, always such a pleasure having you on the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Lebo. Thank you very much for having me.
Now, you've announced the lineup for the 17th Time of the Writer International Writers Competition. Tell us what's different this year. Who can we look forward to?
Time of the Writer is now in its 17th year. It's a festival that has a very strong focus on South African and African writing. We're going to have writers from South Africa. In the rest of Africa, it's Guinea, Nigeria, Togo, Botswana, Liberia. We also have a focus on Indian writing. Young writers from India are going to be at the festival. The theme for the festival is freeing our imaginations. It's a tribute and an act of solidarity with Kenyan writer Vanga Wainana, who famously disclosed the fact that he's homosexual a few months ago, and basically put out a challenge to Africans to live more creatively and free their imaginations in order to imagine the continent in a new way for this new millennium. There are lots of focuses for the festival. The overarching focus is on the 20 years of democracy, looking at how writers are representing the continent, but also South Africa specifically in our very young new democracy. We have other focuses in the festival. French writing from Africa, Francophone writing. We have a storytelling focus that we're presenting in collaboration with the Gcina Masiko Foundation, which is run by Dr. Gcina Mhlophe. We have a focus on African women writing and South African humor, which is always a very difficult thing to tackle. It's hard to laugh at ourselves. As well as a focus on South African politics in keeping with our focus on 20 years of democracy in South Africa.
Now, you've also got something called School's Short Story Competition. Is there particular topics for short stories, and what can high school students look forward to?
It's always very interesting when we receive entries for the schools competition in both this festival and our other literary festival, which is Poetry Africa. So we don't limit the theme. We're really interested to know what young people are writing about, what is occupying their sort of headspace. The closing date was last week, Friday. So we're going to be reading through the entries in the course of next week and selecting the winning short stories. So no, there's no focus, and it's more exciting that way.
Speak to us about the free day activities that will be featured at the festival.
Well, I'm glad you asked about that, because a very important aspect of our festival is our community outreach. Time of the Writer tries to foster a culture of reading and writing within our community, not just in Durban, but in KZN as a whole. We have workshops that take place at community centers throughout the city. We also send each of the writers to the schools to talk to kids about reading and writing, and hopefully inspire them to be the future writers that we invite to the festival. We also have a creative writing workshop that we run at the Westville Prison's Youth Center. It's 4 weeks before the festival. A local writer called Celiso Majali conducts creative writing workshops at the prison. And then during the festival, some writers go and visit the young budding writers in order to sort of, again, inspire them to follow a path in writing.
Okay, so speak to us about the dates. When and where will the showcase take place, and when does the Time of the Writer start effectively?
Okay, opening night is the 17th of March on Monday, and it runs through the whole week until Saturday, the 22nd of March. Our panel discussions take place on the evenings at 7:30 at the UKZN Elizabeth Snedden Theatre in Howard College. The rest of the program takes place throughout the city, as I've said. We will be distributing programs of the festival in the course of this week, and our program will also be on our website. People who are interested in finding out more can go onto our website, which is www.cca.ukzn.ac.za. We also have a Facebook page where we send out lots of information on the festival, the activities that we have, and people can always contact us on our office, which is 031 260-2506.
All right, Tani, always such a pleasure having you on the program. Tani Mungwe is, of course, talking to us about the 17th Time of the Writer Festival, which gets underway, as she said, on the 17th of March. We'll try